Hello everyone and welcome to Film Sandwich. I'm Kid Ron Burgundy, and on today's episode we are talking about this. This is the Tolifo POM LED video light. Now a little bit of disclosure here. Tolifo did send me this light and I am allowed to keep it as a gift for doing this review. They did not pay me anything, or there is no promise of any money. That being said, Tolifo did give me some coupon codes, one for Amazon. That's going to be 10 sandwiches, the code, when you go and check out. There is a link in the description to the product, so you can just go straight to the product, and then when you go to checkout, you put in your 10 sandwich coupon code, and that is going to be valid from September 14th, 2024 to October 13th, 2024, and I believe that's going to give you a 10% discount on that. All right, the other one is if you go to the Tolifo website, there is a direct link in the description below. And if you put in sandwich 123 as the coupon code, you will get $20 off. And that is valid from right now all the way to the end of the year 2024. Now that we got all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out what is in the box here. I'm going to just go ahead and open up this white box. And you're going to pull this out. That was loud. All right, pull this out. It's got a nice little bag here. As you can see, it has a nice little, it's like a semi-soft, hard, semi-hard case right here. All right. So now I'm going to go to my top-down shot and show you what is inside of this case here. All right. Now you see everything is wrapped in plastic. We have this right here, which is, let's see, what is this? All right, so it looks like you have a little mini reflector, little mini Bowens mount reflector. And then you have a little silicone diffuser right there, okay? Comes with a little USB-C to USB-C charging cable. You have a little handle here. It's got a little 1/4-20 screw with a little locking pin. And then on the bottom here, you have a way to mount it to a light stand. All right, cool. You got some instructions here. You got some app control instructions inside here. Gives you a little QR code there to download the app, but you can also just find it right on the app stores for either Android or Apple. And then it just gives you kind of like a little rundown of everything that the app does. And then you also have a warranty card there. And then you have a little instruction manual going through everything. Now, they sent mine directly from China, so everything is in Chinese, obviously, except for the, oh, there you go. I guess the front in China is in Chinese, and then English is the secondary. So there you go, everything in English. All right, and now for the main attraction here, we have the actual light. I'm just going to move this little case out of the way here for a sec and put the light right there. Now, if you look at that little light, it has this nice little leathery vintage look to it there. There are some lights out there that have that look from back in the day. On the bottom, you got your 1/4-20 with the little locking pin hole right here. There is some grating here for the fan. So when it starts to get hot, that fan is going to turn on. It does produce a little bit of noise, but as long as your audio devices are not right next to it, you're going to be fine. You know, 2, 3, 4 feet away, you should be fine. You got your little LEDs right there. You got some control knobs for color and effects. You got a dimmer. You got FX button. This is like for the fan and Bluetooth. This is for the RGB. And this one here is for if you want to go to the max setting. All right. Now I'm going to just put this little guy together here. All right. That just goes right on there like that. And then we got our little diffuser can go on just like that. And then we have our handle. All right. All right, so I've got everything all together here. Here is the light. You can usually kind of hold it like it's a little, you know, you're going to shoot people with your light there. Bam, 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 bam. We can go ahead and turn this guy on. There is the power switch is right there. You also have a USB-C for charging. All right, so I turned it on here. If you look at the little back screen, the light is kind of reflecting there. Turn it on there. You can go ahead and adjust that. We'll adjust your brightness, and then this will change your color temperature right there. This is for if you want to just turn the fan on or off. This will change it to the color settings, and then you can adjust your color right there. Also, if you just click this right here, it'll give you 25% intervals of brightness. Right? Leave it at 100, and I think can't do that on that one. All right, at least not in there. All right, and then here, oh, you know what? I think this one controls that, and then that'll control your saturation. So one click there controls the color, and another click here will take you to your saturation. And then we will go back to regular CCT, and then we will go to the max brightness, and you see that's flashing will give you the max 100%, 100 watts. If it's not on, it's closer to like a 60 watt. So this light is only 200 bucks. I mean, that is not bad for a 100 watt light. I mean, it comes with a little diffuser, it comes with the reflector, it comes with a little handle that also can be used in the light stand. The only thing I could say is that I wish the little handle and screw was a little bit like beefier. It is like a plastic, so you know, there is that, but I don't really see this being used for like major heavy productions. This is going to be for something a little bit, you know, lighter. So there's that. I'm going to go back down to my top-down shot, and as you can see, this little case right here, it just has everything fits perfectly right in there. You can just after your shoot, you can go ahead and take everything and put it right back in there. Everything is nice and sectioned out there. Close that up. Zipper it up. And then you have yourself a handy dandy little case with this little light. I mean, it's pretty light. So let me go ahead and run through some of the specifications here. Let's go ahead and pop those things up on the screen. We have a max output of 100 watts. It has a CRI of 97 plus. Color temperature from 2700K to 6500K. Illumination is 12,400 LX at 1 meter. Brightness is 0 to 100%. Hue is 0 degrees to 360 degrees. Saturation 0 to 100%. There are 20 different lighting effects in there. It has a built-in battery at 4,500 milliamps, and that will get you at about 66 minutes of battery life at 100%. And if you go into the max mode, you'll get about 45 minutes. You do have the ability to charge it while it is being used, and then you also can purchase a separate AC adapter for, you know, plugging it right in the wall and just having continuous power the whole time. It does not come with that. So you either have to have one laying around or you have to purchase one separately. And it looks like that is going to be a 19 volt adapter over 90 watts. There also is an app that you can download and control the light from a distance. The light weighs about 1.79 pounds, but once you put the reflector and the diffuser on there, it kind of levels it out to around 2 pounds. And there are some additional accessories. It has a mini Bowens mount, but it also has the option to get a adapter for full Bowens mount. So if you have, some soft boxes or other accessories that use a full Bowens mount, you could get that adapter and use stuff you already have. Also, Tolifo has their own accessories, their own soft boxes and such that you can purchase separately. There's a lot of scenarios that you can use this light in. I used it for 3 in my little review test here. So let's check those out now. So if you look right here, I am doing some product shots of the Tolifo lights. And I did one of these things where you see the creators do a little build thing where the product builds themselves. Check it out. Now I'm going to change out my giant softbox up here, and I'm going to put the Tolifo RGB light in its place, and we're going to see how well that lights up the shot. All right, now I have replaced my Nanlite 500 with this Tolifo RGB 100. I am just using the regular white 5600 light because I've been using the daylight so far. And it definitely, I don't have a softbox for the Tolifo light, so I can't really spread the light as well. I mean, the little diffuser it comes with works okay, but it is still kind of hard on the light. So maybe if I raise it up a little bit or something, but then I get a little bit less light because it's only a 100 watts. I do have it on the max setting right now, but I'm going to do some little product shots here and just kind of show that you can use it for some product shots and stuff like that. Probably if you get a couple more of these, or if you get the accessories where you can put the softbox on there, it would probably help a lot. I did raise my shutter a little bit. That way it will expose a little bit better, but it still has some like hard shadows on the turntable from the light, so it's not really as soft as I would like, but it's still something. I wanted to go outside and shoot some footage, some test footage with the Tolifo light, but it's like 100 degrees outside. I live in Florida. It was raining off and on this afternoon, so I didn't want to risk taking it out there. It'd be all big sweaty mess and everything. So I've opted for a backlit area here with a window right behind me, my sliding glass door here in the kitchen. And right now I have the light on. I have the app open. I'm at 5600 Kelvin, which is outdoor light to match with the light outdoors. But if I wanted to go to indoor light, I could do that. Now I look a little orange because my white balance is set for indoor light. So I'm going to go back to that. I do have the little silicone diffuser over it right now, so it actually cuts quite a bit of light. I am at 100% intensity right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull that off, and you'll see how much brighter the light is. Hopefully I don't blind myself. And that is what it is. It's 100% right now. That is without the little diffuser on there. I'm going down, down. We are at, it's at 11%. 15% is probably where we are. The light's a little harder. It's a little soft. It's not as soft anymore. It's definitely harder, but that diffuser definitely cuts a lot of light. Like I said, we're at 15% intensity right now. I'm looking at my little monitor up there to see my shot, to see how exposed it looks. And right now I look properly exposed and 15%. So, this little silicone cap here, this little diffuser, put my phone down. I'm going to put that guy back on here. We're still at 15% intensity. So I've put the silicone diffuser back on. I'm at 15% still. You can see how dim, looking at the monitor up there, how dim the light is. So it's obviously not going to be enough. So I'm going to go up here to 50. This is 50%. Look at my monitor there. It's still not quite exposed enough. So now I'm going to go up to, this is 75%. 75% kind of looks okay, but 100% I think is going to be, with the diffuser on, it looks more properly exposed. Let me go ahead and turn the light off. So this is what it looks like with the light off. I look like one of those, documentary, somebody that doesn't want to, you don't want to see their identity kind of thing. All I do, if I throw a little voice effect on here, I'll be able to hide my voice and you won't be able to tell who I am. But with that back on, now we're properly exposed. I do have the light. I have another shot back here with my Ace Pro. That's getting the whole room here, and I'm a couple feet away. My face is probably a couple feet away from the light. So this light isn't, it's powerful enough to do some stuff like this indoors. Outdoors, it's probably going to be a little harder to contend with the sun. You're definitely not going to want to be backlit with the sun and try to light yourself with this. I mean, you'd probably have to hold it pretty close in order to fill it up, fill up the shadows and everything, but sorry, I couldn't do the outside stuff today, but this is a pretty decent, you're going to do some indoor shots. Maybe you want to be, have the outside there. You'll be backlit a little bit. As long as you're not trying to get like a full body shot, you're going to be fine. So this is, what it looks like with a, look at my monitor up there. That is the outside there. It's mostly exposed properly. It's probably a little hot out there right now because the light changes with the clouds going over, but yeah, you could totally use this for this kind of setup. Okay, so now I am in the darkest room in my house. It's actually the hallway between all of the bedrooms upstairs. So I'm just over here next to the bathroom and a couple of the spare bedrooms. And right now, as you can see, the light is off. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on with the app. Bam! Probably a little bit of focus adjustment had to happen on my camera. But I'm looking at a monitor right above. If you ever see me looking up there, it's because I'm checking my shot. So here I am. I'm in the hallway of my house and just being lit up by the Tolifo PL-100RGB light. Right now I have the app open here so I can control it without having to touch it, which is another great thing about it. And I'm going to cycle. This is the 4400 and this is the 3200. Obviously I have my camera set for 5600, so that's why the light looks proper here. I'm at 100% intensity. I don't have it on the max right now, so this is just that, and it also has a little silicone diffuser on there just to keep the light nice and even on me, so I don't have a bunch of hard light. And so we're going to go cycle through some of the colors and some of the things here in the app. I wanted to pick the darkest room possible, just so you can kind of see what it looks like with no other light interfering with this one light. Okay, so right now we've gone through the the different color cycles. They had some little shortcut buttons there, but as you see, I can cycle right through here. I am recording my screen on the phone here, so you can see these things happening there. You are also, it goes from 2700 to 6500K. We're going to go back to 56. And then if you look right here, you can plus that, like, oh, here I want to have this 53K right there. So you can add that as like a little shortcut. So you can go through here and you can, have little, whatchamacallits, little quick shortcuts. And if you want to get rid of it, you just press and hold. And then I guess it disappears. There you go. So that is a cool thing. I'm not exactly sure what this part does here while it's on those colors, while it's on the white lights here. But, all right. So now, the color temperatures are pretty self-explanatory. If you're in the video industry, you know that indoor lights 3200, outdoor lights 5600, and then if you need to dial it in anywhere between that, you can easily do that with this little guy right there. So we'll keep it on 56. Okay, we're going to jump over to the color settings. So, all right, now we are in the color settings here, and I'm in a blue color. That's where I have this little guy here. You have some preset guys right here, some preset colors. We're just going to cycle through those right there. You can see it change as I'm cycling through. And the same thing if you wanted to add a color. This color is already on there, it's telling me. So if I wanted to go over here to this like in-between color and I wanted to add that as a little shortcut, I can. And there it is. I go between there and there. So that's pretty handy, and if you want to get rid of any of those, you just press and hold. And then of course you have the little color dial here where you can just cycle through and get the color that you want. You can look there on your little hue dial, and you can adjust it that way too by adjusting the little hue dial there. And then there's saturation percentages here, so I can be a little less saturated or more. Of course, and then there's intensity. And you can just dial, you can hit these little guys and go 1% at a time if you want, or you can just do this guy right there. All right, so pretty self-explanatory. You can cycle through some colors. You can choose whatever color you want. I mean, RGB lights are great if you're just looking for, a unique look. I mean, sometimes you don't just want a white light. Sometimes you want a light like this. If you're doing something, creative, a creative film shoot or a commercial shoot, it's great for product photography where, if you want to add a little splash of color in there. We're going to put the saturation back up. Okay, so yeah, that's the colors. You can cycle through all different colors here, saturations, and whatnot. All right, another cool thing that they actually don't have on the light itself is that over here it has gels. So you have two popular companies, Lee and Roscoe, who make gels for lights, and they have for a number of years. So they have some presets here of different gels that these companies sell. So this is Arctic White right here. This is from the 600 series. We got silver, platinum, moonlight white. We got full CT85, industrial sodium. I'm sure it's going to look different depending on what white balance that you have. High sodium, urban sodium. What was this one? Low sodium, LO sodium. Then we got a 700 series. We got some pinks, some lavenders, some lilies. I mean, there is just a whole bunch of different gels here that you just click one time and there you go. You can adjust its intensity. If you're looking for a specific filmy look that you may have seen a film have from another movie, and you can find out what gels they use, you can probably dial that in right here. This is just green. So as you see, there is just a whole bunch of these little gels that you can put over for specific looks. This is blood red. This is magical magenta. And then we have some color correction, still in the Lee category here. So we got quarter CTS, eighth CTS, full XTO, and that's a 0.3 ND. So, there is just a lot here. And as I said, they don't have this in the menu on the light itself. So this is strictly in the app where you can adjust these little presets here. They have color filters. I'm just going right through these guys. There's a whole bunch of them, so I'm not going to go through every single one. There's a lot. As you can see, this is just the one company here, right? Then we have some cosmetic stuff. So this is like cosmetic peach, cosmetic rouge. That was half Shanklin Frost is what you're looking at right now. Half Shanklin Frost. Looking at my monitor instead of looking at the camera. All right, then you got Roscoe. Roscoe's got a whole bunch of different stuff in the Cal C color options. I mean, this is pretty cool. Sinlux, color correction. Looks pretty cool. Storero selection. That's a green, we got a blue. And that's it. All right, so those are some of the gels in there from Lee and Roscoe. Again, just in the app and not on the light itself where you can access these. Okay, so now I'm going to jump into the effects here. Again, in the darkest room in my house, I'll show you again how dark it is. Bam. All right, so we're going to go into the effects. Now, some of these effects have flickery light and pulsing light. So if you suffer from epileptic seizures from flashing lights, please go ahead and look away for the next several minutes because I'm going to be going through these lighting effects, okay? So here we go. We're going to go to the first lighting effect. This is the pulse. Now, they don't tell you on the light itself when you're cycling through these. They just give you a number. They don't tell you the name. So the names are only inside of the app. I hope maybe in a firmware update, maybe they can put the name on the actual light so you know what it is, at least a short version of it. All right, so this is pulse, and then you can adjust the speed of the pulse. If I can grab it there, so it goes a little faster. You can adjust the intensity of the light. Let's try slow. That's a slow pulse, and that's a fast pulse. Okay. Next is lightning. So this is the lightning. So if you suffer from those epileptic seizures, I can't even say that word apparently, then I would not look at it right now. So we're at the speed of 9 right now. So this is lightning. So that's a pretty little interesting little, this is the lowest setting here. Let's see. Oh, yep, a little slower. Here we go back at that. Of course, you can adjust the intensity. So that's lightning. We got TV. This is the TV. So it's kind of mimicking how, you know, when different parts of the image changes, the lighting changes on the person. So I'm at a speed of 9. Probably for this, it probably want to be at like a more mid speed here. And then you probably want to bring the intensity down because, you know, when you're watching TV, things are a little bit dimmer, you know. So I have used this before. We were in a movie theater. We used this effect on a different lighting system where it was the TV light, and we were in a theater and we were getting a shot. We didn't get the screen in the shot, so we just kind of mimicked, you know, the image moving on there. All right. And then fault bulb. This is the fault bulb setting. So I guess this is mimicking if you have like a bulb that's going bad and it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to go out. Oh, I'm going to flash a little bit. I gotcha. I'm not on full intensity there. There you go, full intensity now. All right, let's go back down to 50, 45, because that looks a little bit better for a fault bulb. Okay, so that's that one. Now we're on paparazzi here. So I'm going to go, looks like we need more intensity there. So this is paparazzi, probably my rolling shutter, my camera, and my focus is going crazy. But this is the paparazzi. And of course, you can adjust those speed settings there. And it looks like we're going through all white light settings here first. Effects, this is SOS. So I guess if you're stranded on an island and you have this light right here, and it's nighttime, you could send an SOS signal out there. Or, you know, for any kind of different effects. This is flame. This is what they call flame, this effect. So it kind of comes on. Okay, so it's like if a flame kind of, you know, sparked up and then died, kind of. Okay, so right, this one's fade. So this is kind of a similar thing. It kind of has a little bit before it does it again. I have it at the top speed, so it's still pretty slow. Okay. We got campfire. This is campfire. Now we're going into the colors. We got a little bit of a orangish red color here. I'm at the top speed. I'm going to go down here because the flame is probably a little bit, you know, not too bright. So this is campfire. I'm sorry, not flame, campfire. And we'll go back up to 100. Next, we're going to go to explosion. All right, so this is explosion. Boom. All right, we're exploding. I'm going to make it a little brighter there. So this is the explosion setting. So if you were shooting a little short film and you had some explosions going off, you could use this as like a, you know, fake light on the people as long as you don't see the explosion. And we got candle. This is what the candle looks like here. So it kind of like, you know, gets a little dim, gets a little bright. I'm probably going to bring that intensity down a little bit. It is on the fastest speed here, so probably a little something like that would be a little bit better. Go all the way down to 2. So that's kind of like, oh, there's a candle burning. All right. Next is breathe. This is breathe. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, kind of going dim and doesn't fully turn off and then comes back up. Cool. All right, so next is cop car. So it's going to be some flashing lights here. So it's this cycles flashes between red and blue. We are on the fastest speed. I have a 50% intensity. This is 100% intensity. Probably making my, I don't know, rolling shutter. Let's see if it's messing with it. We'll go down on the speed here. This is speed of 2. So yeah, definitely slower. Okay. This is if there's a real emergency happening. All right, and now this is the party. This is party mode right here. So it looks like it's just kind of cycling through some light colors here. So this is in party mode. It just kind of doesn't go dim or anything. It just kind of slowly cycles through some different colors. Got it. All right, fireworks. All right, so this is fastest speed here. And 100% intensity. As you can see, it just kind of keeps changing colors here. Let's bring it down to 5. So it kind of dims down the color, comes back as another. All right, let's go to 2. Boom. That's like if a big one went off and it was hanging in the air for a minute. Okay. All right, now we're on disco. This is a disco light. So as you can see, it's flashing between a bunch of different colors. Definitely not good for the seizures, so definitely still turn away on this one. All these ones here are probably the most flashy. So we got disco. We can go down on the speed. That's a speed of 2. Yeah, still pretty cool. All right. I like the intense speed. All right, so now we're gonna go to ambulance. Ambulance seems to flash blue light. I'm at the top speed here. We'll go down. That's a speed of 4. Looks a little bit more better. Apparently in this app, ambulances only have blue light. So we'll back up to the 9. We'll go down there. Okay, and then fire siren. Apparently fire trucks only have red light. So this is it. We're at a speed of 2, so it gets pretty high. Whoa, that is pretty intense right there. So that's flashing a lot. You can probably see my rolling shutters having some difficulty on the camera. It's even like messing me up a little bit. Ooh. All right. So that one was pretty flashy. Now we're going to go to RGB loop. We're in RGB loop now. So it's going to do like a loop of the colors here. It's just going to cycle through each color, kind of dims down slightly and then goes to the next color. I'm at a speed of 9. So we'll go down to speed of 1. And that's going to make that color slowly change. Very slow. Back up. And then this last one is welding. So this is probably going to be some white light maybe or some blue light. It's kind of like a bluish light. So this is the top speed of 9. So this is welding. If you were shooting something about welding and you needed some, shots of the light hitting people without seeing the welding, you could mimic it with this. All right, so I think that is all of the colors, or I'm sorry, I think that is all of the effects on here. There's 20 effects. It does have names for them right here in the app. It does not show the names on the light itself. Hopefully that's something. Let me change it to white light here. Okay. So it doesn't show the effect names on the light itself. It just gives you the number. But in the app, it does show you the names of the effects. I do hope that in a firmware update or maybe in a future version of this light, they can put the names of the effects in the actual light itself, at least like a shortened version. And then also the gels are only in the app and then they don't show on the light itself. So that is my conclusion here of this little light test. So who is this light for? I think it's for anybody who needs a light for video or photography. It's not a big powerful light, so you're not going to be like lighting somebody backlit with the sun or anything, But for stuff that I used it for, you know, some backlit indoor stuff, some product photography, you could be outside and use it as a little fill light if you get close enough. Just basically anybody that needs a light, that is who it's for. So my personal thoughts on this light. I mean, it's a lot like a lot of other lights. What is nice is that it's very small, light, and compact. I could take this on the plane with me, no problem. I could throw it in my kit. You know, I could get like 3 of these and have like a 3-point lighting setup and be very, very mobile and very, very light. So they said I can keep this light, so I'm probably going to use it as part of my kit as a nice little hair light, or when I'm, you know, don't need a super big bright light anytime, that I can just use this. It has the diffuser right there. I might even try to get some of these soft boxes and stuff that Tolifo has. All right, guys, that is it for today's episode on the Tolifo PL-100RGB Palm video lights. Now, you can check out their website. They have a ton of other lights out there, bigger lights for bigger productions. They have light panels. They have light wands. I mean, they just have a lot of variety. So the link is in the description below, so check them out. All right, so I want to thank you for watching today. If this video helped you with information about this light, please consider liking and subscribing. Also, if you can share the video, if you think it could help out anyone else, please share it. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one.